Hey there BookTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video that I've never done before. I'm going to show you all the books that I have out from the library. Be prepared, it's a lot. The New York Public Library allows you to check out, I think, up to 50 books at a time. Yeah, I have never quite gotten to 50. But I have way over 20 books today. I think I have close to 30 books. I'm going to share them all with you. And you're going to tell me which ones I should read. Because I can't read them all. In November, we have Nonfiction November. I'm also doing the book club. I also have some Booker books, Booker Prize winning books that I'm reading. I have lots of books for lots of different things. But these are just the books that, you know, I like, I've heard about, I request from the library, they send them. I picked them up. I know I want to read them. I just don't know if I have time to read them right now. So here are all the books that I have out from the New York Public Library. It's a lot. Oh, also this video is unedited. Unedited because I'm keeping myself honest. So here are the books. First, Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I picked this one because it is a Disney retelling or something. Oh, I need to take that off, right? Yeah, so this is a Disney retelling that I am reading for a challenge. I have to read this before the end of October, so I think that might be one of my next reads. I also have The Ambassador's Wife by Jennifer Stell, which is a book that I picked because it is set in a country that I've never read from before. I can't remember which country it is, but I wanted to read this because of the setting. I have The Rise and Fall of Adam and Eve by Stephen Greenblatt. And I saw someone, I think Steve Donahue, talk about this book, and I said I must read it. So I requested it from the library and it came, and this author won the Pulitzer Prize for The Swerve, which I also haven't read. And this, I think, is going to be a really interesting read. I love books that are based on the Bible. The Rise and Fall of Adam and Eve explores the enduring story of humanity's first parents and through them of Western civilization, tracking the tale into the deep past to the Hebrews' exile in Babylon. Greenblatt explores the tremendous theological, artistic, and cultural creativity over the centuries that made Adam and Eve so profoundly resonant, etc. This is a book I'm really looking forward to getting to, and I think it is nonfiction, which means that I can read this during Nonfiction November. Fantastic. So I'm putting that on my November TBR. I also have Paul Theroux, The Deep South, which is this one. And it says Paul Theroux has spent 50 years crossing the globe, adventuring the exotic, seeking the rich history and folklore of the faraway. Now for the 10th time in this travel book. Now for the first time in his 10th travel book. The Deep South is where he's exploring. So this is also nonfiction, which means that this goes on my nonfiction TBR. I'm very excited. I have Graham Simpson, The Best of Adam Sharp, which I chose for the same summer reading challenge. Erin's summer reading challenge, where I still have a couple of books, but I had replaced this one with another book, so I didn't actually read this yet. But I chose this because this is the author that gave us The Rosie Project and The Rosie Effect, and this is his newest book, and I said I wanted to read it, and I got it from the library, and I still haven't opened it up. Terrible. I don't know what it's about, so I'm not gonna change that right now. Sorry. Okay, you want to know? No problem. I'll tell you. It says 2 decades ago, Adam Sharp's piano playing led him into a passionate relationship with Angelina Brown, an intelligent and strong-willed actress. They had a chance at something more, but Adam didn't take it. Now Adam has a life he's planned for himself. He's happy with his partner Claire, or is he? He excels in music trivia at quiz night at the local pub. He looks after his mother, and he does the occasional consulting job in IT, but he can never quite shake off his nostalgia for what might have been. And then, out of nowhere, from the other side of the world, Angelina gets in touch. ... First set off my library books. Next, some more. Oops. Yeah, there are a lot of books. There are a lot of books just off camera. We're gonna get to them. I have Born for This by Chris Guillebeau. This is a book that I read and wanted to just go back through for some other things and haven't quite gotten to it yet. This is about entrepreneurship, some of the inspiration to start up your own company. I have this as resource. I've read it already. I have History of Wolves by Emily Fridland, which is one of the Booker Prize shortlisted books. This is the last of the stack that I plan to read that I haven't read yet. And I'm going to be reading it later this week, so you don't have to vote on that. I also have the big things that I talked about in my Apple Book Tag video that I posted yesterday. And I've read this. I have it. I'm keeping it until I feel like returning it, because there's a lot of quotes in here that I really like and have bookmarked and just kind of want to save for a little bit, but I'll probably return it next week. I also have The Creator's Code by Amy Wilkinson, 6 Essential Skills of Extraordinary Entrepreneurs. Not just entrepreneurs, but extraordinary entrepreneurs. And this one is about the ability to spot opportunities, invent products, and build businesses. How do some people turn ideas into enterprises that endure? Why do some people succeed when so many others fail? You know, a lot of businesses, a lot of small businesses that are opened don't succeed. And so this is going to give you that code. See the little key? That's the key to unlock success. Then I have a book that is set in Libya, 1979, which is another country that I wanted to visit in books this year. And so I picked this one up. This one is blurbed by J.M. Coetzee, who you know wrote Disgrace, which I also have right here. This one is the Nobel Prize winner J.M. Coetzee, and I think this is also the book that won him the Man Booker Prize. Was it? Is it Disgrace that he won the Man Booker Prize for? Anyway, he's a really famous writer, and I don't know much about this book. I hear that it's not his best, but it's about a man, a professor who's at 52, he's divorced and having affairs, and the disgrace is about, I suppose, his personal life. So we're back. I probably edited out a couple of seconds of that because there were sirens and they're really loud. So we're talking about J.M. Coetzee's Disgrace, which I plan to read. It's pretty short too. It's only 215 pages, so that's on my list. Then we have The Dew Breaker by Edwidge Danticat. All kinds of transportation are happening now. There's an airplane someplace above me. Edwidge Danticat, The Dew Breaker. And this is a young Haitian writer who I wanted to read more from her. This one is about a man who we meet late in life. He's a quiet man, a good father and husband, a fixture in his Brooklyn neighborhood. As the book unfolds, moving seamlessly between Haiti in the 1960s and New York City today, we enter the lives of those around him and learn that he has also kept a vital, dangerous secret. Why do I think that this is... Are these stories? Oh, so this is a short story collection. It doesn't say that. But yeah, short story collection. I'm going to be reading this pretty soon. Then I have Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar, which I chose for a reading challenge because I wanted to read something about a person who was dealing with mental illness or depression. I've since substituted another book for that category, but I still want to read this because I've never read Sylvia Plath. So we have The Bell Jar, and you probably know what this is about. It's about a woman who is going through some kind of a mental breakdown, and I think she commits suicide. So Sylvia Plath, The Bell Jar, I need to read this one, so I hope you vote for this one for me to read. I also have The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. I've never read this book. You probably know what this one is. Set in South Carolina in 1964. Tells the story of Lily Owens, whose life has been shaped around the blurred memory of the afternoon her mother was killed. When Lily's fierce-hearted black stand-in mother Rosaline insults 3 of the deepest racists in town, Lily decides to spring them both free. They escape to South Carolina in a town that holds the secret to her mother's past. Taken in by an eccentric trio of black beekeeping sisters, Lily is introduced to their mesmerizing world of bees and honey and the Black Madonna. Okay. Other important books that I have out from the library, I have Alice Walker, The Color Purple, which is about two sisters. One's a missionary in Africa, one is in the South, and about how their relationship endures even though they're separated by time and space and experiences. This one, I think the Pulitzer Prize. I also have Nobel Prize winner Orhan Pamuk. I have his book, The New Life, which I don't know what this one is about either, but we'll figure it out sometime. I read a book one day and my whole life was changed. With these words, the protagonist of this book, even on the first page, I was so affected by the book's intensity, I felt my body sever itself and pull away from the chair where I sat reading the book that lay before me on the table. We're going to read it. We're going to read that book. I also have The Buddha in the Attic by Julie Otsuka, which is a tiny book. It is only 129 pages. I should read this today. I should read this today so I can get it off my TBR. There is a lot of noise outside, but we're going to keep filming this video. We're just going to keep filming. Julie Otsuka's long-awaited follow-up to When the Emperor Was Divine is a tour de force of economy and precision. A novel that tells the story of a group of young women brought from Japan to San Francisco as picture brides nearly a century ago. I'm going to read this one today. I don't know how I'm going to fit it. I don't know where I'm going to fit it in my day, but I'm going to read it. I also picked up The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy yesterday. This was her Booker Prize winning book from like 20 years ago. And I wanted to read this before I got to Ministry of Utmost Happiness. So I got it yesterday and I am going to read it pretty soon. This was her debut novel. It's about 7-year-old twins in India. They see their world shaken irrevocably by the arrival of their beautiful young cousin Sophie, and it's an event that will lead to an illicit liaison and tragedies, accidental and intentional, exposing big things that lurk unsaid in a country drifting dangerously toward unrest. Gonna read that. I also picked up Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. This is a play that I have heard about, read about, talked about probably, but I've never read, and there's no reason for it because it is so short. It is 80 pages. I could read that tonight before I go to sleep. I also picked up V.S. Naipaul, A House for Mr. Biswas, and this writer is Trinidadian. I think he's Trinidadian. I read some of his books when I was a teenager. Not me, but my brother was assigned his books when he was in high school, and I was always a big book nerd, so if there was a book in the house, even if it wasn't a book for me, I wanted to read it. I wanted to read more from him, and I picked this one up from the library yesterday. I also have a couple of books that I have already finished reading that I just haven't returned yet, and this is one of them, Alice Smith's Autumn. I got from the library, but I'm going to be talking about this in my next video, which is going to be my Man Booker discussion video. It mightn't be my next video that I post, but I'm going to talk about that in a few days. So those are all the books. Those are all the books that I have out from the library. It's a lot. Count it with me. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 20, 22. I think I have 22 books out. So not as bad as I thought it was. It's not close to 30 at all. So those are the books that I have out from the New York Public Library. If you are a member of the New York Public Library and you've been waiting on a hold for one of these books, the reason your hold isn't coming through is because it's been in my bookshelf for several weeks. So I'm sorry. Hashtag sorry not sorry or something like that. Thanks for watching this video. Leave me a comment down below about the book that you most want me to read and talk about from the stack of books that I just mentioned. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment about a book that is on my list that you think that I shouldn't bother reading. It's just not worth my time. Leave me a comment about the favorite of the books that I mentioned. Which of these books is your favorite? Just, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching this video. We'll talk down there. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.